Machine Gun Kelly hopped in the rap game as an independent artist and made it to the top. He built a wild career in the industry and had a ton of hits, but he sparked a beef with the legend that ended up destroying his career. This is the crazy story of how Eminem forced MGK to quit rap. Let's get right into it. MGK started dropping music that he recorded in his bedroom back in 2009, but his first exposure came from being featured on Sucker Free Freestyle on MTV2.
So I had to get on the record and come blaze these tracks, and I'm all around haters every day, but I guess that's just what fame attracts.
He dropped a couple of mixtapes to keep the momentum going, but the music wasn't making money yet, and MGK had to work at Chipotle to pay for rent. His big break came in 2010 when he dropped the track Alice in Wonderland and was named Best Midwest Artist at the Underground Music Awards. And when he put on for his hometown with the track Cleveland, MGK got even more shine because the Cleveland Cavaliers started using the track during their home games. 2011 was an even bigger year for him. XXL featured him that year. He linked up with Juicy J for the track Inhale and ended up catching Diddy's attention when he performed at South by Southwest in Austin. Diddy signed him to Bad Boy Records with distribution through Interscope, and that's when everything changed. MGK hit the charts for the first time in 2012 with the track Wild Boy and was listed on XXL's freshman list that year too. He already had some buzz in the industry, but then he dropped his debut album and shocked everyone. His album Lace Up came out in October 2012 and ended up debuting at number 4 on the Billboard 200. Nobody expected his first album to pop off like that, and MGK stayed on the grind by dropping another mixtape called Black Flag. 2012 was a massive year for him, but it's also when he made the tweet that would come back to haunt him 6 years later and end his rap career. For some reason, MGK thought it would be a good idea to say that Eminem's 16-year-old daughter was hot as f***. He tweeted, "I just saw a picture of Eminem's daughter, and I have to say, she is hot as f***, in the most respectful way possible cause M is king." Nothing happened for a few years and MGK's career kept on getting bigger. But in 2015, he told Hot 97 that M had banned him from a Shade 45 radio station and said,
"Man, f you, man. Anybody right? Who's trying to take food off of not just my plate, but like a whole city, you know, like it's more than just me, man. Like, let us win, man. Like, help. Help us, man."
M didn't clap back at the time, so MGK sent another shot on the track No Reason with Tech 9 and said, "I pop cherries and posters. You popsicles is not hard. Popped in on the top charts out the cop car. To remind y'all, you just rap. You're not gods." Even though he didn't call him out by name, everyone knew that MGK was making a reference to M's track Rap God. The sneak dissing obviously wasn't cool with M, and he finally responded to MGK on the track Kamikaze and said, "And I'm talking to you, but you already know who the f you are, Kel. I don't use sublims and sure as f don't sneak diss." MGK finally had M's attention, so he decided to clap back with Rap Devil and air M out for getting into rap beef at his age. He said, "Tough talk from a rapper paying millions for security a year. I think my dad's gone crazy. Yeah, Haley, you right. Dad's always mad cooped up in the studio, yelling at the mic. You're sober and bored, huh? About to be 46 years old, dog. Man, you sound like a man up and handle your shit. Mad about something I said in 2012. Took you 6 years and a surprise album just to come with the diss." He also took another shot at M for allegedly trying to blackball him and said, "Let's talk about the fact you actually blackballed a rapper that's twice as young as you. Let's call Sway, ask why I can't go up to Shade 45 because of you. Let's ask Interscope how you had Paul Rosenberg trying to shelf me. Still can't cover up the fact your last 4 albums is as bad as your selfie." What was weird about the whole thing is MGK made a diss track but still called M the GOAT with the line, "Oh, you want some fucking smoke? But not literally, you'll choke. Yeah, I'll acknowledge you're the GOAT, but I'm the gunner, bitch. I got you in the scope." Everyone thought M was pressed because MGK mentioned Haley back in 2012. But M said the real reason he responded was because MGK was spreading rumors about getting blacklisted from Shade 45. After Rap Devil dropped, M aired MGK out in an interview and said,
"I don't give a f about your career. You think I actually fucking think about you? You know how many fucking rappers that are better than you? You're not even in the fucking conversation."
It was already clear that MGK had lost, but M decided that wasn't enough. Instead of letting the beef die out, he dropped the track Kill Shot and dissed MGK so hard that he had to switch genres. First off, he clowned MGK for calling him the GOAT in a diss track and said, "Rihanna just hit me on a text. Last night, I left hickeys on her neck. Wait, you just dissed me? I'm perplexed. Insult me in a line, compliment me on the next." Then he dissed MGK for talking about his age with the line, "So before you die, let's see who can out-petty who. But I'm 45 and I'm still outselling you. By 20, I had 3 albums that had blew." MGK talking about the blacklisting had M heated, and he clapped back with, "Now let's talk about something I don't really do. Go in someone's daughter's mouth stealing food. But you're a f***ing molehill, now I'm gonna make a mountain out of you." M said he responded because of the blacklisting comments, but everyone knew he was pressed about MGK's tweet about his daughter Haley too. M has never played around when it comes to her, and in the 2000s, he ended Ja Rule and Benzino's careers after they both mentioned her on records. M sent another shot at MGK and referenced Ja and Benzino too with the line, "Kelly, they'll be putting your name next to Ja, next to Benzino. Die, motherfucker," like the last motherfucker saying Haley in vain. All of that would have been enough to kill MGK's career in the rap game. But then M finished it off with the most savage line yet and said, "In a state of bliss, cause I said his goddamn name. Now I gotta cock back, aim. Yeah, pop champagne to this. It's your moment. This is it. As big as you're gonna get. So enjoy it. Had to give you a career to destroy it." Kill Shot was like a bomb going off in the rap game. The track broke YouTube records when it ran up over 30 million plays in the first 24 hours, and everyone knew there was no way MGK could come back from it. He tried to laugh it off and told The Breakfast Club that he wasn't going to respond anymore. But behind the scenes, Kill Shot was already wrecking his rap career. MGK dropped another rap album in 2019, but it didn't make any waves in the industry at all. And in 2020, he finally admitted that beefing with Eminem really hurt his career. He said that nobody listened to his album because of what went down, and after that, he had to switch to making pop-punk albums to stay relevant. M said the beef was over on the track Unaccommodating and said, "But when they ask me, is the war finished with MGK? Of course it is. I cleanse him of his mortal sins. I'm God, I'm the Lord, forgives even the devil worshippers." MGK decided he hadn't had enough yet, so he clapped back on the track Bullets with Names and took another shot at M with the line, "Look, I got a bullet with somebody's name on it. I get up on him. I don't need no aim on it. Killed me a goat, so my jacket got stains on it." When Eminem and Dr. Dre came out with the track Gospel in 2021, some fans thought M responded to the diss with the line, "Like a satanic cult, it's an old ritual slaughtering goats. You're f***ing with the original, flow sick, and anybody can get it, COVID." A lot of people think it's not related though, because M always called MGK out by name and never sneak diss. Even if MGK wanted the beef to go on longer, nobody was paying attention to his rapping anymore, so going into pop punk was his only option. He dropped 2 albums after switching genres, and it definitely helped his career stay relevant. MGK was able to find new fans who didn't care that Eminem destroyed him in the past. It seemed like staying in his new lane would be the best thing for him. But then MGK told fans that he's still a rapper and he's going back to rap for his next album. He's apparently heated over everyone saying he switched genres. And he told The Hollywood Reporter, "I was rapping, and then later on, we dropped a #1 album that was a pop punk album. So when they say departed, or when they say, oh man, you switched, are you dumb?" If MGK drops another hip hop album that nobody pays attention to, then it's clear that M actually killed his rap career. Plus, he needs to save his movie career too. Last year, he wrote, directed, and starred in a movie called Good Morning and got completely dragged by critics. Good Morning has a 0% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and MGK was awarded Worst Director at the Razzie Awards. Maybe he thought making movies would work out if his next rap album flops, but obviously, that's not going to save his career either. MGK is still a successful artist who has had more hits than a lot of rappers could ever rack up. But even though he has a loyal audience that will probably listen to anything he releases, he clearly messed with the wrong one, and at this point, it doesn't seem like anyone else will take him seriously as a rapper again.